Okay, so hey, what's going on, guys? James here, bringing you another YouTube video, and this is another SVR Universe Extras Rumble. We have 10 woman Royal Rumbles. It's James versus Tyson as always. 5 superstars each, first 10 women drafted. In one Rumble, I have the odd entrance. In the other Rumble, Tyson has the odd entrance. Entrants have been randomized, fully CPU controlled. Winning brand gets the third NXT Signee. Winning brand of the second Rumble gets a third free agent signing in July, which is the month after the one we're in. And I didn't need to read that as quickly as I did, but I did. It's on screen. You'll get it. Either way. Now, I've had the Rumbles done for a while, and I've kept full statistics on the Rumbles, as I usually do. And a link will be in the description to a Google spreadsheet if you want to check out the statistics for yourself. But of course, I wouldn't do that during the video because spoilers, obviously. But if you don't care about the spoilers and you just want to hear my lovely voice, or whatever, you can do what you want. Either way, this is the first Rumble. Again, I have the odd entrance in this one. Tyson has the even entrance, and this is just the first 10 women drafted. So the first 5 I drafted way back at just after 2K19 dropped in October, and then the first 5 he drafted at the same time. So currently, my Raw Women's Champion is out here, and I don't know why she's not wearing the belt. Maybe at the time I recorded this, I took the belt off of her? I don't know. Either way, that's not important, really. She's got to face the man, Becky Lynch. Or I guess technically this is pre-the man, as she's still steampunk here. Steampunk without the steam. That's still sad. It's like, okay, I get it. You don't want to do pyro. I mean, they're doing pyro now, but at the time they didn't want to do pyro. I get it. But you couldn't at least give Becky Lynch the steam coming up, you know, when she's got the steampunk gimmick? Like, come on, man. Come on. That's like Edge not having the pyro when he freaking throws up the freaking rock horns, dude. Come on, man. That sucks. But I'm not going to rant on real WWE in the video games, blah, blah, blah. No. Well, maybe. Maybe. Because I do want to say, obviously at the time I'm recording this, or not obviously, at the time I'm recording this, however, it's well after, like, well after the Rumbles have been recorded, and the creators got to go out, play 2K20 early, get to bring us footage, we get to see the game early, and oh my god, dude, as soon as I saw the creators' footage, I'm like, this game does not look good. And I'm not talking about graphics either, like, I'm not. For the moment I saw the footage, it's like, gameplay-wise, it doesn't look good. Which is so weird, because, there are some creators I follow that said that they actually feel it overall plays better than 2K19. But then I heard some creators openly say that they can't recommend buying the game. It's just not, objectively speaking, it's not a good video game. And it's confusing to me. It's like, what? Like, why does there seem to be a discrepancy in this? Because if you try and look at it objectively, and people are saying, objectively speaking, it's just not a very good video game, why are others genuinely saying, like, it is, and why are they like, oh, it looks like, to them it felt like it played better than 2K19? It's like, the footage that you guys were bringing us, that didn't look like it was playing better than 2K19. As Alexa nails a code red. Love that. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, it didn't look like it played better. From the first match that I watched, and there's a video, I'll put a link in the description of the video I did where I gave my thoughts on the pre-release footage from the creators. But from the first match that I watched from someone playing the game, I was like, this looks really fucking slow. And that was the first thing that I couldn't get in my mind. Like, it looks slow, and Becky Lynch is gone. And I'll tell you right now, there's, of course, one elimination for SmackDown thanks to Ronda Rousey, eliminating another SmackDown superstar. And Becky lasted a grand total in this match of 1 minute and 50 seconds. But it just looked really slow. And for me, that's one of the reasons why I couldn't keep playing 2K18. I thought the gameplay was just too slow. And that's one of the reasons why the original universe died. Because I just couldn't get into really booking Universe in 2K18. And granted, I don't actually do Universe in Universe mode, by the way. I haven't done that since like I was letting the AI do everything in 2K16. So I really don't use the Universe menu anymore. I use it for a couple of things every now and again. And Tyson's show, like the Tyson Smackdown show in 2K19, we do book in there. But I mean, we easily could just do the matches outside of exhibition, and I could edit it together and be perfectly fine. It, like, same effect, really. We actually just use the Universe menu to book his matches. And I don't know why we do it. But anyway. So this match, we got number 7. And Mickie James coming out. But I don't know. It's something. I'll say that. It's just the gameplay in 2K20. Again, to me, the gameplay right away, it looked like it fell off. And a lot of the creators have openly admitted that now, saying that it did fell off. It wasn't good. And like, even with patches and stuff, it's something. And Ronda held on. I forgot that she did hold on there. I don't know. That's what I'll say about that, though. It's just, objectively, or not objectively, but to me, judging it based on what I saw, it didn't look good. And if you really want more of my opinions on the matter, you can check out, Nia Jax is gone. That's one elimination for Raw, and Nia Jax lasted a grand total of 1.5 minutes. But yeah, if you want to hear more about my opinions on the pre-release footage, the link will be in the description to the video I made. And Natalya is gone. Another elimination for SmackDown, and Natalya lasted just short of 2.5 minutes, 2:24. And honestly, Shining Wizard. Man, I love a good Shining Wizard. Honestly, I do. I mean, I popped freaking hard when, like, Daniel Bryan, back in 2013, debuted the running knee, dude. Like, oh, that's awesome. But, honestly, it's been a long time, not a long time, but it's been quite a while since I've done this. There goes Bayley, another elimination for SmackDown. And Bayley lasted 4 minutes and 11 seconds. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done this, and it's kind of interesting. To think about kind of like where the channel was and the content was, particularly Universe in this case, at the time. Because I want to say, like, the last, granted, the last, what am I thinking here? The last Universe Extras Rumble that we did, that's what I'm trying to say, was the Draft Backups Rumble, the one that lasted well over an hour. And that was, I want to say, that was essentially right after we got the news that Yuke's was, at the time, making another WWE game. Now, we assume they're not making WWE games again, or anymore, I mean. But technically, Take-Two does not have an the WWE license for video games is not exclusive. If someone else could make a deal with WWE, would that be a publisher or developer? They could make a WWE game. It's not like Madden where EA has. It's not like Madden where the NFL gave EA the exclusive license to make NFL video games. So it's not like that. And, oh, Ruby held on. Oh, there goes Alexa Bliss, the Raw Women's Champ. And she lasted 6 minutes and 17 seconds. But yeah, that's not the case. Like, the WWE game license, as far as I've always been aware, is not exclusive. You just have to make... And yeah, it's not exclusive because, like, look at all the mobile game stuff that come out with a WWE license. So it's not an exclusive license. It's just one of those things where somebody has to, like, probably approach WWE, pitch the idea, and try and get the, like, make a deal with them. And again, either have it be a developer and have, like, a really good concept and try and just make everything work, or have that be a publisher. And knowing Yuke's made the games for 20 years, I would say they probably could be in a good position to make a deal, but at the same time, I don't know if they will. Who knows? I'm just excited to see what they do, and honestly, I'm not optimistic at all, in the slightest, for freaking WWE 2K20. I'm not. Like, I tried to be optimistic. They started to pull me in a little bit with the My Career trailer, but like seeing all the footage come out from the creators, I'm like, this, I genuinely felt like, you know, I completely, seeing all the footage drained me. Like, I lost all excitement for the game that I had. It was very little excitement to begin with. And I went back to 2K20. I just want to talk about it, apparently. It's just a sad state of affairs, really. And 2K can blame Yuke's leaving all they want, but the fact of the matter is, we've got conflicting answers. There's Ronda Rousey's gone, and she lasted an impressive, actually, 7 minutes and 2 seconds. Oh, but, well, look out for Mickey. Hurricane Rana, bye-bye Sasha Banks. And Sasha lasted only 4:44, but you saw she did have a few eliminations in the match, as Mickey has a few as well now. Like, I think probably, I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't been paying attention. But like I said, the Mick kick there, it's a sad state of affairs. And like I said, they can blame Yuke's leaving all they want. Visual Concepts can. But at the end of the day, there's conflicting, like, arguments here, completely. Because if you go back and look at the interview that Yuke's did, where they said they wanted to create competition internally for themselves and make another WWE game, you know, they essentially said that Visual Concept, 2K were kind of the problem. And now in the interview that Jinx and Mark Little did with Dank Ops, they essentially like straight up blamed Yuke's and said they were the problem. So there's conflicting arguments there. And honestly, you know, I don't think, it's hard not to take a side when something like this happens. It's kind of a similar situation to like NXT and AEW. Like, everyone tries to tell you to pick a side, even though really you don't need to pick a side. You can watch both, especially since WWE literally said before AEW even started that NXT on Wednesdays would be going up on the network still, just on Thursdays. So, I don't know. But it's a similar situation to that. Like, you don't have to pick sides or anything like that. But at the same time, in this case, it's even harder to not pick a side, as Ruby Riott was eliminated there by Mickie James, and she lasted 5:52. Let's look at this. Hurricane Rana from Carmella, and she wins a second Rumble, meaning Tyson gets the third NXT Signee. And that's just fitting, honestly. Carmella, she was the underdog in the first one. She came out last in this Rumble, and she survived again, won it for Tyson. That was only 225 in her. Mickey lasted 717. And yeah. But don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because as I already said, we've got a second Universe Extras Rumble. But I don't know, honestly. This one's, I've got the evens, he's got the odds, as I said earlier. But in this case, like I was trying to say earlier, it's one of those things where you don't need, per se, or it's harder not to pick a side in this case than like AW and NXT. Because yeah, you can just watch both. Like, openly watch both. But, this case, if you're a massive fan of the franchise and you've been around for so long, like such a long time now, it's hard not to openly be on the side of Yuke's, who you know have been making the games for who were making the game for almost 20 years and have provided normally consistently good games and fun games. Some of them were fun for shorter times than others, but some of them also are timeless classics that you can go back to today and have genuine fun with. I'm looking at things like Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, Know Your Role, SVR 06, 07, even the games with Road to WrestleMania, and if you like GM mode, give 08 a try too. Personally, I think 08 GM mode is the worst, but still, it's not a bad mode. There's just some things about 08 GM mode that I just don't like. But either way, like, they made games that were just genuine fun. In some cases, sometimes they had longevity, sometimes they didn't really. But either way, they were playable. Even with the glitches that were consistently there because they used legacy code, they were always playable. The glitches normally were very funny and not game-breaking. Normally not game-breaking. Let me specify that. Again, almost always funny, and the games are always playable and fun. Again, looking at 2K14 as well. That's another one I can't leave out. And that's the thing. It's hard not to be on the side of Ukes, even when it's like, oh, visual concepts of freaking, you know, new developers for the WWE games. This is the first year without Ukes, really. All they've got really is the engine, but they had to, like, apparently recode almost everything. And again, look, okay, I've done coding. I know it's time-consuming and difficult, but that's still really not an excuse, as I forgot Alexa was floating. Oh, God. I forgot about that. But, I don't know. Like I said before, it's just hard not to pick, or be on the side, I mean, of Ukes. I mean, and, like, you can tell in the interview they did with, like, Chris Dankops, right? Like, you can tell that, you know, Visual Concepts, they do care. They are wrestling fans. They want to see the game succeed, saying that they even want to push, you know, the WWE Games franchise to be bigger and better than NBA. But bye-bye, Ronda. Smackdown elimination number 1. That's the first elimination of this match, was just weird, right? But Ronda lasted 2:44 in this match. I don't know. Again, it's something. That's all I can say, really, is it's something. Little side note here. Nia's entrance in all 3 Women's Rumbles that we've done so far, including this one. So, like, the first 2 and then this one that make 3. If she would have been 6 in this one, by Alexa, Alexa lasted 3:49. But if Nia would have freaking lasted, or entered 6 in this one, all 3 of her entrant numbers would have been 666. That's hilarious and scary at the same time. But again, as I cut myself off before, I'll say it again. It's hard not to pick the side of Ukes, just knowing what they've done for the games. And again, like I said before, like, it's cool to hear that they truly are wrestling fans. They want to see it succeed. They want to make the franchise bigger than NBA. But, which, to be fair for me, I don't like the NBA games anyway, so to me it's already bigger. But in my heart it's bigger anyway. And I deeply care for this franchise. But I don't know. I just don't know. That is what I will say. Except, bye Bayley. Bye Becky. So Becky lasted 4:47 and Bayley lasted 3:40. And again, going back to it, it's awesome to know that by Sasha, she lasted in this one 2:06. But again, Carmella coming out at number 9. We know Ruby Riott is number 10 then. And again, as I keep cutting myself off, it sucks. But again, it's nice to know that they care. It's nice that they want to push it and make it the best thing possible. But making it feel like you're ignoring what the fans of the franchise want doesn't help your case. And as well as that, I don't know. I mean, that's one thing, right? Like, making it seem like you're ignoring the fans, that's not good. But I can't really remember what I was going to say now. Farts. Oh, but also changing things that don't need to be changed as well. It's like, well, yes, it may end up being a good thing in the long run. Changing things that at the time they don't need to be changed at all. That's also alienating the people that have played the games for years. And that was my biggest problem, or one of my biggest problems with them changing the controls for the games, right? Is not necessarily that they were changing the controls, but it's the fact that if you change the controls, hold on one moment. Bye, Ruby. She only lasted 42 seconds. But going back to it now, it's the fact that if you change the controls, all the people who've played the games for years and are fans of this, they love this franchise. They want to see the best for it, and they like play each and every installment just because they're wrestling fans. And we get the games because we're wrestling fans, and we don't have a lot of wrestling games to begin with. You're then alienating all of the people who've played the games for years, and you may very well like turn them off of getting the next game by doing so. Now, granted, talking about changing the reversal button to the face buttons. Look, I'm not gonna say anything about them wanting to do it to like try and bring in newer players, because honestly, I don't believe that for one goddamn second. But what I will say, hang on one moment. Bye, Mickey. She lasted 3:47. Yeah, I don't buy that for one goddamn second that they did it truly to bring in new players. But what I will say, what I do believe, is that all in all, changing the reversal button could be a good thing, because one thing they did say was changing the reversal button from a trigger to a face button. It does take less time for the controller or for the game to respond to your input. That's what I'll say. That is true. It takes less time to press a face button than it does a trigger. But okay, here's the thing. You also like they're game developers, so they should know this, by the way. But you know what also takes just as much time to press as a face button, which is practically no time at all. Like the game will respond to your input pressing a bumper, like L1 or R1, left bumper or right bumper. It'll be just as quick as a face button, and that's just a fact. That's just a fact. So knowing that, they could have easily made it R1. They could have easily made the reversal button R1, and that doesn't change much then from when it was R2 or right trigger if you're on Xbox. Or I guess it's the game's not on Switch anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But either way, that's the thing. Like if it was a bumper, your hands are already going to be placed at the top of the controller, or you're already going to have at least a finger at the top of the control, or at least your index finger. Well, anyway, you're at least going to have some fingers at the top of the controller anyway, just naturally the natural way that people hold controllers. So knowing that, it would be practically no different to hit a bumper than it would be a trigger, except it'll be quicker. So like again, they had to have known that. They're game developers. They have to know that. So, because if I'm someone that literally has only done coding in high school, people who have done coding for years on numerous different games should know that. And I didn't even do the same coding where I get to use like a controller either. Well, I did, but it was different at the same time. Anyway, not the point. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. That's my point there. It's just like they had to have known that the bumpers were just as good for reversing moves in the wrestling games as the face button. And even then, why would you do triangle of all things? Bye, Natalia. She lasted 7:56. I don't know, guys. That's honestly, that's something I just can't wrap my brain around. Like, you would think that, oh no, what I was saying before was like, why would they actually make it triangle if they're going to move it to a face button? Because triangle, all in all, would make it, if you make it square, I'm just using square because A, it's going to be one of the closest buttons to the analog sticks, and B, square was also used in the old games, like Shut Your Mouth, Just Bring It, Know Your Role. And by Carmella, Nia won. Smackdown won both Rumbles. Tyson also gets a third pick in July for free agents. Carmella lasted 5:58. I don't know. It's like if Square was also using like Just Bring It, Know Your Role, and Shut Your Mouth as well. That's what I'm saying. And like that's not even necessarily a problem. I've played Shut Your Mouth. Well, at first I didn't know. Well, I mean, I played them all. I played all the games at least once. And like, well, at first I didn't know that triangle or square. I figured it out, and that's the thing. But anyway, I'm done ranting about the freaking games. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, share up on social media, do all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.